Hello, everybody. How you doing today? It's Todd from All Music. We're so glad you're here today. We got a really special guest here today, Gabriel Gordon. Gabriel, how you doing today?
Really good. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for being here. This is super awesome. I'm really excited to talk with you today and to share a little bit about who you are and your journey in music and where you're at now with friends and fans of All Music. Um,
Absolutely.
well, what you been doing today?
Well, today, a radio station in Long Island actually debuted our first song from the Gate to Venus album. I have a new project called Gate to Venus with a Danish singer and songwriter named Cecilia Beck. She also plays piano, and the title track. Actually, it's not the title track. It's the name of the band and the first single called Gate to Venus, and
Ah,
it was debuted on a radio station in Stony Brook, New York.
that's
So
awesome.
that was cool. And then a good friend, Eric Penny, came by here in Berlin, and he's also from the States. I did a video for his record, and he just left, and now we're doing this. So it's actually been a busier day than normal. I mean, things have been a little slower lately,
Yeah.
but they're picking up today.
So you're in Berlin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
great. So it's 7 o'clock there
7 o'clock
and 10
exactly.
o'clock where I'm at. All right, that's
Yeah,
cool. I'm in Ventura, just so you know,
I
in
love it. That's where I was
California.
born.
That's
Yeah,
what I thought. Yeah, that's what I
that's
thought.
my hometown.
That's so
Excellent.
cool.
How is it down there?
It's nice. It's a beautiful day today. Yeah, it's really great.
I
You know,
really miss California.
yeah.
Gosh. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Gabriel, I've been actually following you for a long time. I've seen you perform a couple of times
At
in
Zoe's?
Yeah, it was Zoe's. Yeah,
Really? Oh,
yeah,
I love that place.
yeah. I saw you there a couple of times.
Wow.
I was familiar with your dad, and I had seen him perform in town. And
Yeah.
then I saw your name, and then I thought, well, I'm going to go check out who this is. And
Cool.
I had a business right down just on the same block as at Zoe's, so I could just walk out and go
Oh,
check it
that
out.
is
And
so cool.
I was so impressed with you. I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and
Man,
I've bought some of your CDs. I
thank
must have
you.
bought them from you there at the venue at the time or
I think
something.
so. For
Probably,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I think I may have played there twice or maybe once with my dad, but
I saw you there twice.
yeah, twice. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So I must have
Yeah.
seen both of your performances.
So
Yeah, it was really good. I
that's
was
got to
so
be way
impressed.
back, right?
It was
2005,
way back. Yeah.
2003, somewhere.
It very well could have been. Yeah. Yeah. Very
Somewhere in
well
the
could have been.
early stages of the decade.
Exactly. Yeah. Is there any way you can turn your mic volume up a little bit?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. How's
Oh,
this?
that's way better. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
great. There we
super
go.
awesome.
Let me just talk into it too.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. That sounds
Okay.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you had a couple of solo albums back then
Yeah.
that I would just listen to. I had a furniture store, and I would be building furniture in my in
Cool.
my workshop, and
Yeah.
just play your music, and I just loved it. It was so
Oh,
good.
man. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much, man. I'm actually working on a new solo album now, and I never really stopped putting them out. But just as years went by, and of course, I would tour a lot with Natalie Merchant, so I would kind of just do my own thing whenever she wasn't working.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we worked together for basically 20 years until about 2017 was the last tour I did with her. But
Okay.
but yeah, I put out about 5 solo albums in total, and I'm working on a sixth one here. But it's kind of hard to keep track because sometimes I make an album and then I never end up putting it out because for whatever reason I get move in another direction. But these days I'm a little bit more focused on the prize, and I got this one group called Gate to Venus, which that record is out, and it's on www.gate2venus with the number two dot
Mhm.
com, so people can stream it there or on Spotify or
Great.
um, Apple Music. But that's been fun. But I'm working on like an acoustic solo album, just me and my guitar, and then also something a little more filled out with the full band situation. But it's just real fun, and of course these days it's just there's a lot of time.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the tours got canceled. There's no places to play, but it's a little bit like that Frank Zappa song "Outside Now" from Joe's Garage, where music gets made illegal.
Yeah.
It's like a set in the future, but it'll come back, of course. But I'm really happy that people like you are doing this kind of stuff. This is just really special.
Yeah, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and
Yeah,
so I'm kind of sort of expand with all the time I have. I'm sort of
yeah,
trying to take some of the concepts and ideas that I've had over the years and just kind of go for it and just do
yeah.
things that I might not be that experienced with, but I figure by the time this is all over, I'll be experienced.
Oh yeah, exactly. And there's nothing. I mean, it's nothing like just doing.
Yeah. So you
You
mentioned,
learn by doing, but just doing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that is taking action is what it's all
Yeah,
about.
totally.
So you mentioned Natalie Merchant, and if
Yeah,
people not sure who she is, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but from 10,000 Maniacs, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. And you played with
yeah.
her for quite a while, I
Yeah,
recall.
exactly. Yeah, I started working with her. I was pretty young. I was about 26, and that was in 1998. And yeah, we did a bunch of big tours, and I played on all of her records. We started promoting Ophelia. I didn't play on that one, but we did a big tour that year for Lilith Fair and went to Japan and Europe, and then we did a live album. Then we did the Motherland album, a folk album, and then she took a break. She had a child, and then the Leave Your Sleep album, the Natalie Merchant album, the re-recording of the Tiger Lily sessions, and a couple other ones too. Yeah, so we were very very busy, and then towards the end, my time with her, we were playing with symphonies, which was really fun.
That's
She would
cool.
just take me out with the pianist. We would play all of her old songs with a full symphony orchestra all over the states. That was really really special. Probably some of the coolest stuff
Ah, I
with her.
bet.
It was always fun with her. She's just so fun to work with and easygoing, and I learned so much from working with her.
Yeah, that is so cool. That's really exciting. I love to see people that, musicians that are able to make a living playing and being creative. You might not necessarily be like the pop icon, but still, there's so
Sure.
many people that can, well, I don't know if you're making a living at it or not. I mean, it's hard to
Well,
make a
sure.
living making a
I
living
mean,
at
I don't know
music
if
right now.
anybody's making a living anymore, but
Yeah,
yeah, it does work somehow
yeah,
still.
yeah. Somehow you're able to follow your dream, and that's just so awesome.
Very grateful.
I'm really impressed by that. My son, who is now 28,
Okay,
he's a musician too, and he writes
cool.
and sings, and he fronts
Yeah.
his band.
What kind of
But
stuff is he into?
well, he writes his own music. It's kind of it's hard to describe, but it's kind of a he's working on an album, a CD right now in a local studio, but with all
Great.
this social distancing, it's kind of put on hold. But he's got a few more things
Right.
to do. He's just kind of
Gotta keep
waiting on
his
a keyboard player, sax player to kind of come in and do some tracks. He's real busy,
Cool.
so um,
What's the name of the band?
it's called Bad Leaf.
Okay.
And
Cool,
yeah,
man.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be great.
send me a link when we're done. I'd love to
He's got
check
one
this
song
out.
on Spotify that he did kind of on his own little
Oh, cool.
home track thing. It's pretty good. Um,
Nice.
but I've heard some tracks on this other one. It's supposed to be really good. What was your
Excellent.
participation? I mean, what did you offer to your newest endeavor? What is it? The
Gate to
of
Venus. Yeah.
Venus, Gates
So
to
I'm
Venus.
playing. So with between me and Cecilia Beck, we're both singing. We both co-wrote the songs together with the lyrics, the melodies, the chords, along with the producer of the record,
Okay,
who I
yeah.
worked with before, named Robert Phillip. He's based here in Berlin, and he's a very interesting musician. He's very talented. He plays drums, bass, guitar, programs, engineers, produces. So it was a total collaboration between the three of us. He has a studio in West Berlin, so we'd get on the train and go to the other side of Berlin, and the west of Berlin. It's not West Berlin anymore. It's just Berlin. But
Okay.
his studio's over on the west side of town, and then he also has a place down in Portugal. So we went down there in December, which was really nice, beautiful weather, and just wrote more songs. But we basically wrote and recorded the album in about 20, 21 days or so. It was spread out over 3 or 4 months, but it was really organic, and we just started recording a track, and then we recorded another track. And by the time we got to maybe 3 or 4 tracks, we were thinking, okay, well, let's just make an album.
Yeah.
And we did, and we made it like a concept album. So the first half, once it's on vinyl, which it will be later this summer, the first half is called Chrysalis, which is like transformation, like the cocoon and the butterfly. And then the second half is called Metropolis, which is cities and such. So, and it was cool. We wrote most of them while traveling, around Europe. So, yeah, that was really cool. It's like sometimes Cecilia will sing a whole song, or I'll sing a whole song, but then we're always backing each other up, and it's cool. We do some live shows, just duo, which we'll be doing another one soon. But it's really really enjoyable, and we're also a couple, so I've never experienced making music with somebody that I'm involved with as well, and we also live together. So it's actually cool that we actually really get along, because after this quarantine of 6 weeks or so, you get to figure it out real quick if it works. But
Yeah.
it's just really fun to work together, and we got another. We're working on the second album already.
That's great. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I've been a songwriter, all my life since I started playing. I started writing songs, but I never really collaborated with anybody. How do you find it collaborating with other songwriters as opposed to writing the songs yourself? Sometimes when I would try to collaborate with somebody, I'd show them my work, and then they'd say, "Well, why don't you do this instead? And why don't you do that instead?" I go, and I would think to myself, "Well, that's not how it goes, though."
Yeah.
How is that?
Not what I would do.
How is it? How is it collaborating with somebody writing music?
Well, that's a really good question, because it just depends on how if it was difficult for me at the beginning of starting to collaborate when I was in New York with different songwriters, singers, some very famous, some not, whatever. It didn't matter that so much, but I was very set in my ways. Like, well, no, if you want to do it that way, then you just do your version.
Yeah, you go write your own song.
Yeah, as time went on, I was like, well, wait a minute. I could have my own version, and then we could have our own version together, and then they could have their own version. And that works. But then as time goes by, and especially working with Cecilia and Robert, there was zero ego. So that it wasn't like, well, I want to do it my way. So it would kind of be like majority rules. Like if two people were like, well, we should go to the B minor there instead of B major, or what about that? Oh, cool, or nah. Or it was very quick. But yeah, there was maybe 0 times, or maybe one time where I was thinking, wow, well, I would have done it this way if I was writing this alone, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of a collaborative process. So it's been really fun, actually, and especially with lyrics too, because for me, lyrics it's always the hardest part. Like getting music and melodies, that comes easier to me, but the lyrics are usually like defining it. And I love the way Cecilia writes lyrics, so that's been a joy.
What is it that's hard about writing lyrics for you? I know that, people come at it with different perspectives. Some people, write fantasy pieces about, medieval times, or some people write about their own perspectives and feelings, but then other people write about maybe stories of something like the Edmunds Fitzgerald, the sinking of that ship. They'll tell a story about something that happened. What is it about writing lyrics for you that is hard?
Well,
or not hard, but just harder.
I guess I think I know the answer to that question. Whenever I think about it too much, when I start thinking like, well, should I say that, and what will people think if I say that, and what kind of person, and then that's just a zero. So it's just like, well, wait a minute. Like I find that when I'm not thinking and I'm just going with the feeling of, like I'll have some music and look out the window and like a bird will fly by, and I'll think. I had one the other day, this new song called "Oh the Sun." I was thinking, oh, the sun looks different on the building this morning, because it was, it's becoming spring. We're up here in Northern Europe, so the days are really long already. Like the sun comes up starts coming up at 5:30 and sets at 8:30. So I was thinking in my head, the sun shines different every day. And then I had this music. I was like, well, that's it. The sun shines different every day, and got right into it, but just without thinking. But it becomes hard when I think about it too much. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to just get more into the meditative state and just kind of zen it out.
Yeah. Kind of let things flow a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if I don't like it right away, maybe I will. But then sometimes I'll write a little verse or a couple lines, and then Cecilia will write a line. So we'll just be trading back and forth, which is fun.
Do you ever go back and look at your lyrics and go, wow, I look at that lyric and I see it different for what it was when I wrote it now. Do you ever think about, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Like almost how true that lyric was for me at the time that I didn't even realize.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or then I forget what was happening in my life at the time. Or sometimes it's like, wow, that lyric really sucks. But I have a friend who will go unnamed. No, I have a friend who likes to rewrite his songs, and I've never been that one. Like once it's done, it's done. But revisionist history is, I guess, if something was wrong, it needs to be rectified. But with songs, it seems like they should just be a snapshot of a particular time. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. That's kind of how I am.
Photos, except
yeah.
on Facebook and Instagram. But even then, it's time stamped.
Right. Now, I was looking on Spotify at your catalog. Do you have all your music on Spotify, or is there a few things?
Not yet, but I did just get I have a partnership now with a company called Sound Vision Lab, which is actually Cecilia Beck's label. So we put out our stuff with Gate to Venus there, but I'm going to be releasing all my entire catalog.
Yeah, because I thought I didn't. There was a couple things I didn't see.
Exactly. I think there's only 2 or 3 albums up there, and Spotify's trippy for each country. And then I had deals with different companies that had different deals in different countries. So, like in Germany, there's 3 or 4 albums that are released, but in the States, they're not all there. So that will be fixed.
But if people are familiar,
I thought I had a dog here. I forgot I had a dog. I was like, whoa.
Let me let my dog out real quick.
Sounds like he's right here.
All right. Well, I was going through the Spotify under your name, and there's a lot of different projects that you've been involved with, though, that are on Spotify.
Yeah, there are. There's Light Blue Movers and Wax Poetic and Light Shades. I don't know if that made it up there, but yeah, I've had a bunch of different not side projects, but just other projects, which has been cool over the years to keep things interesting and do different styles of music, because I love that. I love not just doing one, but I'm actually working on another project for later this year that will be more of a blues kind of thing.
Fantastic.
Bluesy, bluesish.
Yeah.
Blues. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I love the blues. I've gotten way more into the blues over the last probably like 6 or 7 years.
Nice.
I mean, there's obviously, songs that are rooted in the blues that you like, but I never was really a deep fan of the blues until recently, more recently. And I just love it. I mean, I just really just sort of connects all the dots, with music and rock and roll and I love it. I think it's so great.
Oh, absolutely, man. I just recently saw, well, not that recently, but Robert Cray and his band, and he lives in your area.
Mm-hmm. I've seen him a couple times. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I have a really good friend who plays bass with him. And so it was every time I see that Robert's playing anywhere, wherever I am, we always meet up and have sushi together. So
nice.
It was supposed to happen this month, but of course everything's canceled. So the sushi will have to wait. But my buddy Richard's down in Zurich. So
okay.
If he hears this, what's up, Richard? What's going on?
I saw Robert Cray here in town, and he had the harmonica player from War.
Oh wow!
Lee, I think his name is Lee.
Wow, that guy's great.
Yeah, really, really great. And then I saw him
Yeah.
again at the Canyon Club here,
Okay.
and my buddy Ray Jarique opened up for him.
Cool.
That's a good venue for this area for a lot of kind of local talent to be able to get a little more
Yeah.
exposure with some more nationally known acts.
Totally.
And so I've seen him there too. He's great. He's a
Yeah.
fantastic. I played a couple of his songs over the years in bands I've played in.
Oh yeah.
Just cover
Fantastic
bands.
writer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then
super
the other
cool.
guy who's from out that way, of course, is Anderson Paak, who's like massive all over the world now. And he had the record Oxnard, and then he had Ventura, which he won 2 Grammys for that, which is incredible. But I was lucky enough to be able to sit in with him for a little bit in New York on this little jam session.
Oh, that's cool.
Super nice guy, super duper down to earth, humble.
Yeah, don't you love it when people are
Yeah,
just sort of real, down to earth, humble people? And
yeah,
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 that's super
yeah.
great.
Gave me a
Well,
smile.
yeah, I'm super excited that you were able to jump on here with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you
What?
so much for having me.
Oh man, no, it's my pleasure. I've been looking forward to it all week.
Yeah, me too.
What would you like to leave us with? Is there one thing that you'd like to get across that?
Gosh, yeah, the record, the Chrysalis Metropolis album by Gates of Venus. You can find it on Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube, our website. You can stream it there. People can buy it either at our website or Bandcamp or Apple Music or Spotify. But yeah, just take a listen, follow us. We got kind of a bunch of different styles of music on the record, and I don't even know what particular style to call it, but it's poppy, but yet there's some funk in there, there's some soul, there's some electronic ambient music, and then some planetary rock, because of course it's Gate to Venus, so planetary rock. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna once the world kind of opens back up and
Yeah.
music is a live venue again? Are you guys
Yeah.
gonna tour that album a little bit,
Absolutely.
or?
Yeah, we'll be touring over here. Probably not until next year, the way it looks now. But we'd
Yeah,
love to come over to the States too. We were actually supposed to be in New York and California in June, but yeah, that's just not possible now. But yeah, we'll definitely be taking it to the road. But of course, we do a lot of live shows too. So we're on Instagram at Gate 2 Venus with the number 2 and Facebook, and we do a lot of live stuff there.
very
Kind of
cool.
impromptu whenever we feel like it, but also we have set times that we'll go back to. But I'll definitely keep you informed. But I'm just really so happy that you had me on, and I'm sure I can speak for Cecilia when I say she thanks you too.
Well, that's
So
great. I appreciate it. Thank
happy
you
to
so
get the
much,
music out.
Gabriel.
Thank you.
Gabriel Gordon here. Check out his account on Spotify and some of his music, and then
Yeah,
the Gates of Venus is your new project. Is that correct?
that's
I'm saying
right.
it right.
Gate 2 Venus. Yeah.
Gate 2 Venus. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we
So
also have a Spotify there, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Apple. Yeah.
I'll
Everywhere.
try. I'm gonna look that up, and I'll put some links in the description once this starts to go gets
Cool.
uploaded onto YouTube on the channel, and that way people can just click and find you there.
Exactly. And I'm
Yeah.
sending you the email right now, or the website now, just so we got
Oh,
it.
very cool. Yeah.
Venus.com. Boom. Yeah, that's it there. But yeah, it's really exciting, and have a great day out there in Ventura. I wish I could be there to watch that. Just I miss the smell of the Pacific. So
If
we're
there's
landlocked here
I know, huh? Yeah,
for
it's
a
I
minute.
live not far from the beach here, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
I've kind of thought maybe I'd play one of your songs as we kind of like
Please.
go out.
Yeah.
So let me just share my screen real quick with you before we
Great.
go, and we can take a look at what I'm looking at here together.
Perfect.
So here's your
Yeah.
Spotify and some of your albums here.
Yep.
Um,
There you go.
what do you think you'd like the listeners to hear as we're kind of signing off here?
Excellent. Well, you know what? How about we type it? Wow. Okay, I forgot
I
about
could
all those other ones. How
I
about
could
type in Gate to Venus,
yeah, let me
and
do
we can
that.
play one of those songs? That'd be
Absolutely.
fun.
That's what I was thinking. I just wanted people to see all what you have there.
Wow.
Is it
Yeah, I forgot about half of those.
just Gate 2 Venus?
And then Tovenus. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, so maybe the cool track to go out on would be 2020 Vision, which is the last, it's the fourth song up there. Third song there.
Third song. Oh, yeah. Okay, right there. Very cool. Well, Gabriel, I'd like to thank you once again for joining us, and look forward to hearing some of the music here that you got coming out with Gate to Venus, and appreciate your time.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. And thanks to all your fans and your people out there, and big ups to Ventura for sure.
Thank you, Gabriel. Well, take care. Thanks for popping in, and you have a great day.
And we'd love to do one with Cecilia. We can do a little live show for you guys.
Absolutely. I would love that. I'll check in with you a little bit later.
Perfect.
And yeah, fantastic. Okay. Well, thanks again, Gabriel. You take care. Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was Gabriel Gordon. We're so excited that we could have him here live talking about his music and what he's got going on. Let me just share my screen once again so we can get that Gates of Venus song up, and we'll play that for you as we close out here. This is Gate to Venus, Chrysalis Metropolis, and he was requesting the 2020 Vision song, so here it is. Let's see, I think I'm going to restart that real quick. Sorry about that. Let's see what I'm doing here. Not sure I did it right. Let's restart that. I'm sorry. That was not how I wanted that to go. All right, let's try that again. We're going to share the screen. Oh, that was working right. Oh, I messed it up. Anyways, here it is. Wait, where did it go? Oh, for crying out loud. What did I do? Oh, I guess I'm going to have to. Oh, there it is, way down there. Here we go. Wow, that was cool. Gate to Venus from the Chrysalis Metropolis album, 2020 Vision. That was very cool. Wow, I really should have, in retrospect, kept Gabriel on while we listened to that song. That was very cool. I would have liked to have talked to him about that for a minute, but I guess live and learn. Uh, and next time, I feels I didn't want it to run on too long, and I wasn't sure if he'd be comfortable, but I really think in the future, probably keeping the guest on while you play their music and then have them come back on would be a great idea. So, anyways, I just want to thank Gabriel once again for coming and joining us here on All Music, and we've got some more interviews coming up. I think see coming up real soon is Shane Alexander, and that'll be coming up next. And I want to thank you guys for checking out the YouTube channel, and check out my Patreon as well if you want to get some more behind the scenes and some more music out there. Um, that would be very, very cool. Some of the music reviews that I'm doing will be on the Patreon too. So, anyways, thanks again for checking us out, and we will check with you soon with more great interviews from some very talented and awesome artists. Take care.